I just cleared my throat like I was about to announce the Olympics or something. Hello gang, hello gang friends. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this video finds you well. Are you well? I hope you're well. If you're new, hi. My name is Miss Messy Nails. My name is Jo and I do nail stuff. She does stuff, nail stuff, and stuff she does when nails is done with nail stuff and stuff for nails. Is it me? Or am I an amazing singer? Welcome to day 5 of the Madame Glam Advent Calendar and our Advent Accent Adventure. It's not a scary adventure, don't worry. Today is 5, so let's have a look and see what is in box numero 5. Close the lid, put everything back nicely. We have today a little pot of white pudding gel. I think most of their pudding gels, but I don't have the white one. Maybe it's new. So we're going to use that, and we're going to use the Boardwalk, and we're going to do some boomers. This video was going to be titled Snowflake Boomers, but I thought that was kind of insulting, multi-generational insult. I thought this pudding gel would be really good to try a boomer ombre with, because it's super opaque. I just felt like doing a baby boomer, which is what this is called, a French, that kind of the pink fades into or ombres into the white. Apparently it's the style of nail that was popular during the whole like boomers heyday. I don't know, wasn't there? So this is the second coat, so I'm going to put the pink on about just under 2/3 of the way down, which is about halfway. And then before curing, we're adding the pudding gel using the Madame Glam applicator brush. Why can't I say brush? I think it just sounds weird in my mouth. Brush. And then I'm taking their ombre brush and just going side to side. This is the speed. This hasn't been sped up. This is the speed I'm going. And as you get towards the bottom, I like to sort of lift off the pressure. So move my brush away from the nail vertically a little bit as I get towards the bottom, just so that I don't take too much pink down into the white. And then I'll give it a wipe and start top to bottom again, or I'll give the brush a wipe and work bottom to top, depending on which one I want to take in which direction. If I think the pink's come down too far, start from the bottom and work the white up, and then vice versa. So I've cured that, and now we are topping. No, we're not. We're base coating. And then we're going to wipe and buff, so we've got a nice smooth surface for whatever comes next. Who knows? This one hasn't been wiped and buffed. So this one has been topped, shiny, dry, cured, shiny. And we're taking the white gel paint and we're going to do a little snowflake, one of the many snowflakes we've seen and will see over the next few weeks. And the dots at the end were a bit bigger than I would normally do them on the vertical line, but it actually worked out quite nice. I quite like it reminds me of the top of a railing. The railing snowflake, let's call this kind of snowflake. Super easy. And then in the middle of each quarter, I'm going to pressure and then lift off as you pull towards the center. Pressure, lift off as you pull towards the center. I've messed this one up a bit, but I'm not too fussed. And then we're going to dip into that initial dot and just pull out to give it a little wispy magoo. I was making this snowflake up. I'm sure it exists. I'm sure a snowflake exactly like this has been painted before, but the dot snowflakes I normally do, where like we did the first part of this snowflake, but you do it on the diagonals as well. That's the easiest one, and I've just been doing it so much I thought let's mix it up and try and do something different, and I quite like the way this came out. So we'll do the same in each quadrant, and then pulling out the dots to give it a little flicky. Don't have to, it looks nice without doing that, but I was just enjoying myself and wanted to keep going. Does it look like a snowflake? let's say yes. So then we're going to cure that, because now we're going to do another snowflake, but I want to sugar this with glitter, which is where you pour a fine glitter onto a wet design or a wet nail, and then you cure it, and then you just brush off the excess and you leave it. It's called raw glitter. So we're going to do that with this one. So that's why I wanted to cure the one at the top there first, so that when I pour the glitter on, it doesn't stick to that, because the gel paint doesn't need wiping. It doesn't leave a tacky layer. So this snowflake, I've done dots in a circle around the center dot. I do end up putting a crystal on the dot after I've sugared it. So had I known I was going to do that, I wouldn't do the center dot. So there's just a flat surface for the crystal. We'll get to that when we get to that. So I've taken these dots towards the center dot, but not touching. And then we'll do the same and just pull out from the dot into a little flick. And then we're going to pour some fine white glitter over this. It hasn't been cured, so careful you don't bash it on anything, because you'll smudge everything. Cover it in glitter, go over it a few times so that it's all soaked up by the gel, and then cure, and then you can dust off. I probably should have done this the other way round, done the sparkly one at the top and left the bottom one plain, but clearly I didn't. Oh, and I thought something was missing. And of course it was dots. How did I miss out putting dots? MISSJO loves a dot. Ugh, I just referred to myself in the third person. What a wanker. So I cured those, and now I'm adding some crystals. I would probably use a gem gel, but I was just using top coat because lazy. So again, here where I'm adding this crystal, I wouldn't have put the dot in the first place, so it wasn't sitting on glitter. It would be sitting on the flat gel. And then the next one, we're going to do a bow. So we're going to do a long line down the center. I always start with the center of the line and then work left and right to get it to the thickness I want, as opposed to the initial line being where I want the left side of the line to be or the right side of the line to be. Start in the center, because then you don't have to get that first line perfect, because as you thicken it up, you can neaten it up left to right. And then we'll do the horizontal one across the middle, and I'm not curing this because this is going to be hang on, which one did I wipe and buff and why? Oh, I think I must have then topped it. I didn't know what I was doing with it. Why should I wipe and buff? I don't know. I don't know. Ignore that, because this has top coat that's been cured and we're painting straight onto that. And now we're doing this little bow, just 2 curves, and then join them up, and then we'll do some little wiggly lines coming out from the other corners. And this bit, I almost flashed the cross along the middle, but then I remembered you can't flash because I want to sugar it and it needs to be wet. So you kind of have to get that all right in one go. If you don't, you can wipe it off and try again. So then we'll cover that in the glitter as well. And I'm annoyed because it doesn't show as well on camera how sparkly it looked in the real life. But you'll just have to take my word for it. And then slow-mo of dusting off this because it's so satisfying. Very satisfying. What's more satisfying, do you think? Topping buffed glitter or dusting off a sugared design? I think they're on par. So that, look how sweet it is. Very girly, but I really like that. And then again, I'm going to add a crystal. So would I have avoided putting the center on that because we're putting the crystal on the glitter? You could try and avoid it, but if you use a decent enough gem gel, I think it'll be fine. And that's that. That was quick, wasn't it? So that's the white pudding gel we've used for the French. I didn't use it for the design. I used gel paint for that. and our little snowflakey bow snowflake boomers. I wish I'd have done a whole set with these, but I didn't. I hope you like them. If you do, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you being here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.